Right to privacy. What does right to privacy mean? Does right to privacy mean that if my name is Corliss Strathearn, that I can call Vincent Kennedy's family, friends, enemies, prospective employers, prospective colleges, and tell them what I think of Vincent Kennedy? So Vincent Kennedy signed a document that says vocational rehabilitation can go into his medical records to make sure that his PTSD is under control and that he can function in well enough in school. But does right to privacy mean that Corliss Strathearn can call Mona Lyne, who's under investigation by the Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights for being discriminatory and actually taking federal funds and using it against me by stopping my financial aid by denying a medical accommodation when she is not a medical doctor? Dr. Lyne is not Dr. Lyne because she is not a medical doctor. Neither is Corliss Strathearn. The problem that they both have with me is that I'm an African American male who wants to get his PhD. Yes, I'm disabled and I want my PhD. Wow, 2 acronyms, PTSD, PhD. Not too many times heard. So right to privacy means these 2 ladies can sit on the phone and slander me over federal communications lines. Okay, that's the Department of Justice. You are violating my federal mandated privacy rights, Corliss Strathearn. Dr. Lyne, you have no right to make a decision about my education based upon some information you got from Corliss Strathearn. You cannot decide what class I have unless I tell you what class that I want to take, not what Corliss Strathearn takes you. And Corliss Strathearn, you were smart enough to admit that you violated my privacy in front of Congressman Blunt's chief of staff, the representative for Vicky Hartley's office, Jana Worsham, heard you or read what you said, that I signed a document that you can call the Political Science Department of UMKC and get told before I am told that I can't take a class. So before I even knew that there was a problem, even though none of you know what the actual class is involved. None of you. Don't have no clue what the class was involved. But because I'm saying that I'm going to get a new plan, which means my financial aid restored, because you stopped me from getting a thesis. Right to privacy. You literally wrote me back in capitals, one word. You signed a right to privacy form when I asked, who told you that you can share my information? Point to me the CFR, the U.S. Code, that says that you can take my personal information and take it outside of your job and give it to somebody else. Department of Justice. Discrimination, civil rights, slander, harassment, threats, terroristic threats. You had me and my family running around the Mount Vernon Hospital yesterday, scared out of our wits that Darrell Wilson would walk out of his office and I couldn't see my own doctor who was 10 feet away from Mr. Wilson's office. 10 feet. I'm crying. My wife's upset. Right to privacy. You have a right to take my information and give it. You have a right to participate in a criminal investigation, because if you get caught up with this SAP deal, then it's RICO for you too, you lady. The Office of Inspector General will receive phone calls from people from the next 3 weeks asking them to audit your records. Continue. Phone calls. Audit Ms. Wilson. Privacy statements to Congress people. Audit Ms. Strathearn. What's her record say? Why is she involved in this? What is the financial implications? Why would she care if UMKC was being investigated? What's going on? Why didn't Daryl Wilson go after the $700? There was an email sent to you from myself about misuse of government funds. That you were going to let UMKC keep my $700 off of my own benefits. Let them keep it. Because you paid for it and it can't go back in my pocket. It's got to go back in Uncle Sam's pocket. I had to send 10 more emails almost 17 months later. Yes, 17 months of asking to get my own money back into my account. And then you stopped me 3 credits short of graduation. No, you haven't stopped me. You've tried to stop me. RICO. You are involved in RICO, Corliss Strathearn. Racketeering influence of corrupt organizations. The head of a corrupt organization. Federal money? Really? Are you threatening me? I ain't threatening you. Never said a word. All I did was write Congress, NOD, Statement of Case, Appeals. I hate saying St. Louis. How you say I'm threatening you? If I'm threatening you, it's because I'm saying, hey, listen, you need to explain to me why my funds are here. I want to see a copy of my records when you're saying you're spending this much fund for me. Because I'm going to tell you something, Corliss Strathearn. The CFR says you got up to $300,000 to pay for my education. Not 48 months. If I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, an astronaut, then I can. That was my wife calling me to tell me she just saw the other video. Because this is the only thing I got. This is it. You have forced me to go public. I tried to work with you. I tried to keep it on the back channel emails. I tried to get Congress to talk to you. Every time Congress called, you got mad and threatened me with something. I'm going to stop your NPWE. Non-paid work experience. Oh, yeah, that was real good experience. It was experience paying $30 a day for gas to drive 250 miles, 6,000 miles a month to get paid $489 while you was laughing. Laugh. I always get the last laugh. I'm good for a laugh. I'm laughing now. Ha ha, very funny, Corliss. Mona Lyne. If it would seem unethical, I'd talk about your skinny knees. How the worst thing I ever had in my class was to watch you cross your legs. Because it used to make me sick. Now, I wonder, is that considered threatening? You threaten me with knobby knees. My daughter said you look like a man. Oh, it's great having PTSD some days. I just let my inhibition go. I don't get to swear. I just get to tell you what I actually think about you to the public. Parker Webb, your purple unhas? Caleb Michael Files? Really? Really stopped me 3 credits before I graduate? Really? Yeah, I get to tell you that because you flew to see a senator last term, that, you wasn't ill, you don't have PTSD, so, we're going to give you a SAP. And nobody will sign it, and 1,400 doctors, lawyers, professors, deans of students, nobody will sign your form. Ha ha, what you going to do? Oh, you found somebody to find. Well, we're going to take your 3 credits. Anyway, enough of this sideline chatter. Oh, I got 1 minute, because I'm trying not to have a 15-minute one. All right. Don't think I'm going to upload this one and call this one funny. Because I didn't get seriously and tell people how y'all is stealing from disabled people. How you, Corliss Strathearn, are really vindictive. That's not right. To call people? You're so afraid of digital media. She's like, oh, they'll read my emails. It's the federal government. But they don't listen to me call. You never know who I know. That's right. Somebody could be listening to you. They could be. Especially after they start figuring out what's going on with your finances. Ms. Strathearn.